Hello, I'm Renaissance, one of the ministers of activism with Black Lives Matter Phoenix Metro, and I share leadership with 8 other ministers and 4 of the ministries. We are members of the CRB coalition. We are a radical, critical, politically active group of folks focused on improving the conditions our people confront. We have been intimately concerned about the current state of the abuses by police officers, their lack of accountability, and the relative impunity they are granted to intimidate, terrorize, harm, and sometimes kill members of our community. As such, we are in full support of a civilian review board, often referred to as the CRB, which is independent, investigative, transparent, and community-driven. One of the only major municipalities in the entire United States that is yet to implement a civilian review board over their police department is Phoenix, which simultaneously also has the most violent and deadly police force in the United States. Coincidence? We think not. There are lots of fears and objections to the creation of a civilian review board, especially one that has any real authority to hold unjustly violent officers accountable for their harmful and deadly behavior. One of those objections carries the assumption that officers do no wrong, but every human being is capable of doing wrong. In addition to that, both internally and externally, there are processes designed to deal with the aberrant behaviors of police officers, however wholly inadequate that they are. It nonetheless reveals that the police department, the city, the county, the state, and the nation fully acknowledge the inherent fallibility of police officers. Another objection carries the assumption that oversight is unnecessary and inappropriate, but our entire governmental structure was created with a system of checks and balances to limit corruption. The police department and police officers should be no exception to this practice. Another objection carries with it the assumption that community members are incapable of accurately and fairly evaluating and analyzing the evidence brought forward and to make decisions in the public's best interest. However, it is the community who knows what the community needs to feel safe. It is the community who should decide when our safety is threatened, and the community should be party to any decision to reestablish our safety. Furthermore, police officers in a police department are servants of the community and are therefore accountable to the community they serve. This is a conversation deeply entrenched in racism, classism, sexism, genderism, homophobia, transphobia, ableism, and ageism, among many other biases and forms of discrimination. But these elements do not often come to the forefront of this conversation because they are not easy subjects to deal with. Nonetheless, that is what is at the core of this debate. From whom is the most harmed by police violence, to who is demanding police accountability, to whom the current regime is attempting to bar the rights entitled to members of a democratic and free society. Mayor Gallego published a civilian review board proposal while meeting with BLM. What was that? Some gimmick to provide an alibi to be able to say, I spoke to the black folks, as if she had any real intention of actually listening to and incorporating the concerns of the black community into her plans and actions. The policy proposal published by Mayor Gallego, Model A, is a watered-down, powerless sham co-optation of the policy proposal being submitted by District 8, Model B, which is independent, investigative, transparent, and community-driven, and is precisely what the community needs and deserves. We are calling on Mayor Gallego and all of Phoenix to support Model B for the Civilian Review Board during a vote happening at Phoenix City Council tomorrow. All power to the people.